Mary Adams, owner of the Annapolis bookstore, stands by a sign outside her store on Saturday, June 30, 2018 in downtown Annapolis, MD. Adams, who knew two of the journalists who were killed in the attack on the Capital newspaper, said the shooting has made the entire community very sad. AP photo, Brian Witt, Annapolis, MD. AP, the latest on the Annapolis newspaper shooting, all times local, 9:05 p.m. Memorial services for two of the 5 victims killed in a shooting at a Maryland newspaper have been scheduled for next week. The Baltimore Sun reports that a celebration of life for 59-year-old Rob Piasson will be held Monday at the Irvine Nature Center in Owings Mills. The invitation says shorts are welcome, as the Slate Capital assistant managing editor wouldn't have wanted attendees to have to wear a suit for him. The newspaper says a memorial service for special publications editor Wendy Winters will take place at noon July 7 at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Annapolis. Winters' son Phoenix Geimer announced the plans on Facebook. In lieu of flowers, Geimer urged well-wishers to make a donation to the Girl Scouts of America, the American Civil Liberties Union, Planned Parenthood, or the American Red Cross. __7 p.m. A priest in Annapolis who is a former journalist has highlighted in a sermon the importance of the work of the 5 journalists who were killed in a shooting at the Capital newspaper in Annapolis. The Rev. M. Dion Thompson focused on the sorrow the shootings have caused in the town during a Saturday evening sermon at St. Anne's Episcopal Church in Annapolis. Thompson says it's an affliction that lies on everyone who has gathered at vigils. He also says the families of the 5 who were killed are suffering through this unspeakable sorrow. Thompson worked at the Baltimore Sun for 15 years, _5 p.m. A former publisher at a Maryland newspaper says she treated threats from a man charged with killing 5 employees incredibly seriously after he first made them several years ago. Jared Ramos is charged with murder after police say he opened fire Thursday at the Capitol in Annapolis. Patricia Richardson was the publisher when Ramos sent menacing tweets 5 years ago. Authorities say Ramos has a grudge against the paper, suing it in 2012 after it wrote about him pleading guilty to harassing a woman. Richardson is now publisher of The Day in New London, Connecticut. The paper reported Friday that Richardson said she was advised we were doing all we could do in response to Ramos' threats. Richardson said she made staff aware and got law enforcement involved. Anne Arundel County Police records show a detective concluded Ramos wasn't a threat to employees. The detective wrote the paper didn't want to press charges for fear of putting a stick in a beehive, _4:15 p.m. Court records show a man charged with killing 5 people at a Maryland newspaper was fired from a government IT contractor because of concerns about his suitability. Jared Ramos is charged with murder after police say he opened fire Thursday at Capital Gazette offices in Annapolis. District of Columbia Superior Court records show Ramos sued Virginia-based Enterprise Information Systems in 2014 over lost wages. In a letter to the company's president filed in court records, Ramos said the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics requested he be removed from his job. Ramos wrote he was only told there was a suitability concern. A panel of judges wrote that the prime contractor demanded Ramos be fired for unspecified reasons. Ramos won $1,200 in the suit for a bonus he said ICE had denied him. ICE officials did not respond immediately Saturday to a request for comment. A U.S. Labor Department spokesman said Ramos worked on IT contracts for the Labor Statistics Bureau from 2007 to 2014. _3:15 p.m. New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick is expressing sympathy for the families and friends of those killed at the office of the Capitol, which he calls his hometown newspaper. Though born in Tennessee, Belichick was raised in Annapolis. His father was an assistant football coach at the U.S. Naval Academy. Belichick graduated from Annapolis High School in 1970. A gunman opened fire Thursday at the newspaper's office, killing 5 people. In a tweet, Belichick says, "For my entire life, the Capitol has been my hometown newspaper. My family and I have enjoyed special relationships with many great people who have worked for the newspaper. My heart goes out to the victims, their families, and the entire Annapolis community for this terrible and senseless tragedy, ____2:45 p.m. The historic state capitol of Annapolis is draped in grief from the attack at the local newspaper that killed the journalists who chronicled soccer games, art exhibits, and the fabric of small city life. Mary Adams owns the Annapolis bookstore and knew 2 of the 5 people killed. She said Saturday that the tragedy feels so personal. She says a sign outside her store sums up the depth of grief. It reads, "There are no words." Annapolis is a quaint waterside town of about 40,000. With its weekly sailboat races and picturesque downtown, residents were settling into the rhythms of summer when the shooting shattered the town's usual tranquility. Caitlin Walls works in an interior design shop. She says it's sad to see such violence in places that you thought were the safer places, ____10:52 p.m. More than 1,000 people have streamed through Maryland's Capitol to honor 5 people slain in a newspaper office, quietly clutching candles or hoisting. Those who gathered Friday night remembered the employees of the Capitol newspaper as a crucial piece of their tight-knit community. David Marsters worked at the newspaper from 2008 to 2016 and said the outpouring of grief is a testament to the special bond the newspaper has with its readers. Killed Thursday were Rob Piasson, Gerald Fishman, Wendy Winters, John McNamara and Rebecca Smith. Jared W. Ramos has been charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder in one of the deadliest attacks on journalists in U.S. history. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.